Namaste students, Krishna Vidya, I JV and Dr. Vaichandrakala, Assistant Professor Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the peristomes in the Bryophyta. The word peristome was derived from a Greek word that means peri, which means around, and about, or a stroma means the mouth. The peristome is a treat-like projections around the mouth of the capsule in which most of the members forms the like mosses of the bryophyta. There is an important, which is an important characteristic of Bryophyta. Okay, so the here the peristome teeth springs from the rim of the diaphragm. Okay, so the peristome teeth are triangular and two outline structures or the which operates like a tram doors. Okay, so the peristome is different or in morphology and across the species in and used as a classical tool. Okay, so here in some of them it is like the anatomical features which surrounds the organs and the structures. In some plants like fungi and gastropods also peristomes are seen. Okay, so in moss, the peristome is a specialized structure in the sporangium that allow for the gradual spore discharge. That is the main function is the spore discharge. The teeth may be solid, circular, and the tissue form and composed of a thick portion of the cells wall of the adjacent cells. Okay. When we say the presence of peristome teeth in moss can be classified as two types. That is stegmocarpus, that is the brydia of which the apical portions of the capsule differentiate into the operculum and the peristomes, and the cystocarpus which forms in few of them are true moss or both the operculum and the peristome teeth. Okay, so when we see the types of the peristomes, there are mainly two types, that is orthodontous and the nematodentous. Orthodontous, in which each tooth of the orthodontous peristome types is composed of the periclinal or the tangential cell wall, where the ruminant between the two or three concentric peristromal cell layers, where you can see the outer primary and the inner peristromal layers. Okay, often have a double ring of teeth is present which surrounds the capsule of the mouth. Okay, so here the external ring of the teeth is formed by the tangential wall between the outer layer. Okay, which collectively called the exostroma. Here the internal row consists of the cell wall of the ruminant which locates the ring and forming a endostrome. So the in the nematodentous you can find the teeth of the peristome are solid and composed of bundles of the dead cells, which it is in the form of found in like polythecums. Okay, so here it can be depend upon the cell column or articulate forms forming the teeth, and the two primary types of the orthodontous peristomes are known as the diplodelphus or the haplodelphus. Okay. The main functions of having a peristome in the moss is it serves as a valve that allows the spores to get and exist in the capsules. So the peristome teeth open up the space and the outward during the time of the low humidity, allowing the spores to flow away and the helps in the dispersal. Okay, so here you can see that one layer readily absorbs and release of the from the atmosphere. They can absorb the water, while the other layer does not react as much very to the humidity, and which cause the teeth to bend outward. So during this time there is a low humidity, so there is a release will be a layer by. So some peristome teeth work in only one way or the other way. For example, in Funaria, mosses have still between the teeth that expands during the dry periods. Okay, so in mosses such as the polystricum mosses, the peristome teeth do not get a response to the moisture content. Okay. So basically, it is the peristome, which is a specialized structure of the sporangia that allows a gradual spore dispersal instead of releasing them in an instant form. Okay. So this capsule with the lid and which falls off when the spores inside the mature and ready for the dispersal. So opening of such which reveals with the stroma or surrounding one of the two peristomes. So these peristromal is a ring of uh, like a triangular or a teeth form, which is a form of dead cells with thickening cell wall. So this usually normally there are 16 such teeth in a single peristomes. So these are usually like having a separate with each other with forming a, both folds and covering the stroma. Okay, and as well as folds backs to the open of the stroma. This articulation of the teeth is termed as the orthodontus, and that forms the moss in the subclasses like Bryophyta. So in mosses, mostly the nematodontus within the attached to the paraculum, or else is split open up without the paraculum or the teeth. Okay, thank you. This session is powered by 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. If you have any queries, we'll discuss in the problem solving session. Thank you.